Hey everybody, Scorpion here. So I'm gonna just go through some of the stuff I got from my last pickup. See what I got. Not really looking to tear down too much in this video. Just kind of looking. So if y'all interested in seeing what I find, because I don't even know what some of it is, stick around.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so I still got a bunch of stuff here. Needs to be stripped and taken apart from the last video. Clean up to do on a few things. This floppy drive. Those go as they are. You don't tear those down. Let's see. They gave me a stack of boards. So I'm assuming all this stuff is old. I'm gonna have to pull. It's an AMD processor. I'm gonna have to pull that piece of aluminum off of there. I imagine that's probably a big socket, but you know, normal stuff: aluminum processor, the copper, and the battery, which I think y'all just saw me flick out. That's normal stuff that you want to pull off of the board. These are still in bags. Bags are open, but you know. So again, battery, aluminum. There's no big processor on here to snatch off. Looks like a normal computer board to me without the processor. I mean, this may be the new way that they're doing it. That might be the processor now, but it's a little bit of copper to pull off. I'm not sure why I'm seeing these chips here. The last one had one too. They'll pop right out of that. Interesting, but I'll go ahead and take a battery also from here. This is all stuff that was given to me in my last pickup. It was handed to me just like this. Pins like to stick through the plastic there. So again, you got, these are normally called EPROMs. Let's pull this off here just to see what we're working with. Alright, so it doesn't have the window in it. I think it's still a higher class IC chip. I mean, these boards are pretty heavy, so it's pretty interesting. You got 3 things of copper pull off and the aluminum. This is just pain. So I'm going to take them back out of here. I'll check and make sure none of those are EPROMs, because I will take them if they are, but this one's in a socket. Both of these are in sockets. I'm not seeing or feeling a window there. see any aluminum or, well, I'll take it back. I don't see any copper to take off, but there is 2 aluminum heat sinks right here to take off, and a little chip there. I'll probably leave those on this. But that looks like a large socket board. Let's see what this is. There's another IC chip over here in a socket. That one's in a socket. Here's a couple little aluminum things, your copper. It's going to be a big socket board. Not seeing anything else to pull off of there though. These do not want to sit here. That needs to go over there. Let's see if I can put them up here on this and get them out the way. If y'all can hear, it's kind of quiet in the house right now. Everybody's in bed but me. Been taking care of a new little animal. Trying to nurse it back to health, so having to feed it like every 2 hours, 2 to 3. Let's see here. Battery. That chip's in the socket. That's a large socket motherboard. 2 things of copper. No aluminum. Well, there was RAM on that first one. I didn't even see it. Alright. Let's see what type of goodies are in this box. Ink cartridge. Sometimes they have the strip where it goes into the connects into the printer. Sometimes it has gold on it. Got a nice fan. Another nice fan. 2 more fans. Little mouse, which y'all know there's not much in. If y'all saw me tear one of those down, if not, go back. I did a tear down video on one of them just to see what was in it and have a little fun. Let's see some trash. Let's see what's in this box. I have boxes and boxes of stuff that came out of that place. I don't even know what's in them. Fan with the heat sink, nice. Fan with the heat sink. Fan with the heat sink. Another fan with the heat sink. A little bit of trash. Some wire. It's got to be metal. Laptop battery that's never even been out of the package. Three hard drives, 4 hard drives, 5 hard drives. This is going to be some of that stuff for servers, I believe, where it clips in. That's all that's left in here is a few of those. I mean, that's pretty much it for those boxes and boards. So, oh, some wiring there hiding. So I'm gonna do a little cleanup. You guys can stick around and watch if you want, or take off if you want. Whatever you want to do. I'm just going to play around with this a little bit. Is this really worth me doing all this? Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's not. This is scrap metal. It's shred, but you know, it's here. Stab myself in the finger. Doesn't get much better than that. So when you're scrapping for money, you have to kind of balance your time with, you know, is it worth doing this? Are you trying to get every last dollar or cent out of something that you can, or are you just trying to make a living? You know, I'm not trying to make a living right now, so you know, I'll spend a little bit more time on something than others will, just because, well, I mean, it's here, it's in front of me, so I might go ahead and take it apart. I put all this small stuff in with, normally when I take a refrigerator or a freezer or something like that to the scrap yard, I'll fill it up with stuff like this and all the screws that I've taken out of stuff. Just to try to get the biggest bang for my buck that I can. Since I'm going, because those take up so much space. I mean, you can put 2 or 3 on a trailer and trailer's full. But if you fill them up with all this little stuff, it makes a big difference in what your payout is. You can get a few hundred pounds in a fridge or a freezer, especially if you're dropping screws or something like that in there. You know, when you take them screws out one by one, it doesn't seem like much money, but when you add a couple buckets of them, well, now you got a little bit of weight. And it doesn't take long for that stuff to add up. Of course, we're still talking about shred, so, I mean, what's it like? 11 cents a 100 pounds or something ridiculously low. Which, I mean, all the metals have gone up here recently, so it's probably more than that, but sometimes it's good to shop around a little bit too if you have a few yards in your area, a few different scrap yards, and you might could load up and go to one and drop this off and then go to another to drop something else off all on the same trip. Get the most money that way. Or it might be worth just going to a different one to drop everything off because one of their prices is higher than another yard. So some people just like to go with what they know and keep going to the same place. Everybody does stuff differently. I'm one of those, I like to deal with the same people. But if there's a decent price difference, I'll go somewhere else, you know. No, that's a bad one. No wonder. So I got a set of good and bad of these side cutters or whatever you want to call them. The good ones I use for wires, and the bad ones I've used long enough on all kinds of things that it has just destroyed them. So I keep using those on metal objects and that kind of thing 2:30 in the morning. I got about a half hour for the next feeding time in that little dude. And I'll probably post them on my Silver Scorpion channel just so people can see what I've been, you know, working on, trying to take care of, that kind of thing. But that's basically it. Hope everybody's doing well. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll be glad to get with you on them. Y'all have a good one.